Hey, my writerly folks. Hope everybody's doing good today. I hope you're keeping your spirits up and getting the connections you need to get. So, as promised, first, cool shirt. This is one of my awesome Doctor Who shirts. Check it out. You see it? Pretty cool, huh? I've got a bunch of Doctor Who stuff and also Firefly. So, get ready. All right. So, as promised, I'm going to talk about a few books that I found really helpful as an indie author as far as building audience and doing some marketing stuff. So, I'm going to start out with one of the most helpful books I've ever read on this sort of stuff, and it's called Newsletter Ninja. It's by Tammy Labrecque. I'm sure I'm pronouncing that incorrectly. As you can see, I still have like little things in there. It's super small. It's literally like 135 pages. So one of the things that is a really useful marketing tool for authors is a newsletter where, people sign up, you send them emails. And this particular book, the reason I like it so much is, number one, she walks you through everything step by step. If you haven't even signed up for some sort of email system for this, she walks you through all that, right? She walks you through. I already had that set up. I already had a small mailing list. This helped me really streamline it. And I'm still working on streamlining some aspects of it. But it explains to you exactly what you should do. Like when they sign up, what should they receive right away? What should you do? Should you give them a few emails every day when they first sign up? How does that work? And this book literally just walks you through all of that. It's amazing. So yeah, this is absolutely worth the money. 100%. So definitely get this one for your bookshelf. Obviously, these are all available in ebook too. I just happen to like the paper version because I just find it more useful. And you can see I've got highlighting. Well, I don't know if you can see it. I know I've got highlighting. There they are. So I've got highlighted stuff in here, and I don't like doing that on an ebook e-reader. Okay, this next one is by a friend of mine. It's Business Essentials for Writers by James P. Nettles. And it is very much, if you are new to indie, it is an excellent overview. Let me read you some of the chapters. So look at like these table of contents. So he divides it out into sections: people, the foundation, sales and marketing, operations, finance and accounting, and then wrapping it up. So it talks about all the people in the business. Like, you see this list? Like, what do all those people do? So he explains all the different types of people you'll interact with, you have the potential to interact with and bring onto your team as an indie author. He talks about achieving goals and defining success. I was just recently in a This Week in Indies show where we talked about, what does success look like for you? It's not the same as what it looks like for me. And in the foundation, he talks about your business plan, because yes, that's the thing about being an indie author. You're not just a writer, you're a business owner, right? Your writing is your business. So he talks about a business plan and defining your business. And then he gets into sales and marketing, which is always the hardest part. And I have not gotten into this section of this book well enough yet, but that's what I'm working on. Then in operations, and this is going to be about things like registering your copyright and your intellectual property, and like things like different ways that you can use your intellectual property, right? Talks about social media and your website, and then it gets into financing and accounting, right? So it sounds really daunting, but the cool thing about this book is it's very, it's like the 30,000 foot thing, right? It shows you everything from a top-down view, and you can learn about this stuff before you actually have to utilize it, right? You can walk into it with the knowledge already. So this is an excellent book. Again, Business Essentials for Writers. All right. These two kind of go together, and they're my last two right now. So these are by Craig Martelle, who runs the 20 Books to 50K Facebook group, along with Michael Anderle. So these two books, Release Strategies and Pricing Strategies. And as you can see, the Pricing Strategies has been updated for 2020. The Release Strategies doesn't really need to be updated because it's about various ways various different ways of releasing your book, like how to do it, rapid release, or once a month, every 2 months, and how best to utilize your time frames. Pricing strategies are always going to change because the pricing, the strategies are going to change every year. So this one's been updated for 2020. I found both. I got this one first, and I found it. I'd already released like 2 books by the time I got this one. I really wish all of these books I wish I had before I even started, even though I'd done a ton of research already. Yeah. But this is a really, really excellent book because it talks about, again, different ways as an indie author. If you're a traditional author, this isn't going to be as useful for you. But if you're an indie author or interested in becoming an indie author, this is going to be a big deal because there are all different ways. So if you are a slower writer, if you're maybe only putting out 1 book a year, it talks about that's going to be difficult as an indie author. Indie authors tend to publish quickly, but you can do it, right? You just have to find the right way to do it. So so this book has a lot of really handy information. And then Pricing Strategies, this makes sense. I mean, this is pretty straightforward. It talks about, when you might want to discount your books, how all of these books are very shiny and they're reflecting my other screen and my window. So I keep trying to turn it so that you guys can actually see it. Anyway, this one talks about, when you might want to drop your price, whether you want to keep your prices higher. All of my books, all of my novels are priced at $4.99 because I think that that's a good price point. Even though Amazon says, no, it should be $2.99. No, it should be $4.99. That's okay. And maybe you want your first book of your series to be $9.99 to bring in readers who will then read through to your more accurately priced books, right? Or you could do your first book free. But if you're writing and you only have 1 book, pricing it at 99 cents is not going to make you any money. So anyway, so this talks about different ways to go about if you've got 1 book. It also tells you how to figure out your read-through in your series books, how you know if someone's read, they've picked up your first book and then they've read your second and whether they've read your third. So it can tell you how much money you're making altogether on each sale of the first book on read-through. So and yes, that's a little bit of math, but it's not bad. So anyway, so these are 4 really, really helpful books that I found that have been useful for me on my journey as an indie. So, all right. And that's it for me right now. I hope you are having a lovely, lovely day. And I hope that everything in your life with your family and your friends is positive and good. Ciao.